Oh my god. What the fuck are we doing? So after a little break, we are back with some more Bookworm. Do me a solid. Make sure you leave a like on the video, share, support, subscribe, ring that bell if you haven't already. And of course, Patreon, can't catch full live reactions, all this and more. But let's jump into it, see what they have in store with this week. What 8-year-old doesn't dream of having a 6-foot-long spear as their main weapon? Pay attention though, is there anyone with 6 fingers? Is there any AI approaching? Tune in next time to find out. When the internet tells me if I should be outraged. I feel like it's only in these scenes that the new studio actually feels like a new studio for Bookworm. This new season, since switching over to Studio Wit, has just looked the same. However, in action scenes, it looks significantly better. Ew. Put on the windshield wipers. Wash it away. Nice. Ooh, big boy got hit there. Wait. Where the fuck did she pull that from, guys? Unless there's fucking holes in the back or the front here. And that shit ain't fucking retracting. Where's she hiding the spear? Release the Myne files. It's like it's sucking the color out of the fucking world. Ooh, right in the schnoz. Holy fuck. I wonder if any of the rich people are like, why do we have to buy it if you're just giving it to the poor kids? Ah, she's making it an equivalent exchange. I like that she's reflecting on her own family, how they never fucking gave up on her, so why would you want to give up on someone just because something... Fuck nobility, am I right, Myne? The funny thing is she probably would have done it even without this happening, had this not occurred. Like, had this not been a, you have to pass your classes, and she just asked, she probably would be like, yeah, okay. Flick a little mana her way. You know, something I like about this new season, so we switched studios, right? Wit Studio is now in charge of Bookworm. And 95% of the time, you wouldn't be able to tell they switched studios, in my opinion. I feel like the general look, the general feel, it's exactly the same as past seasons. For some people, damn it, we wish we had a higher quality production, blah, blah, blah. Other people, they like how it looks, it's fine. Me, if you could make Bookworm move more, a little more detail with expressive animation, I would not be complaining. But if it stays the way it is for the full adaptation, I'm also fine with it. However, 5% of the time this season, Wit Studio will just randomly get in the kitchen. Just do a little... Okay. Alright, you need me to cook? And then they deliver the best looking fucking action. Now, sure. Pretty good looking shot, nothing too crazy. But then they'll just randomly do something like this, like we're getting blasted, like, holy shit, where'd this animation come from? And we get fucking thrown out of the fucking whip, you know? I find it fascinating because a couple episodes back, when we went to that tree to like collect an egg or a seed, where the fuck they were doing, forgive me, I've been watching too much anime. It's all kind of blended together. And we fought that creature though, right? Like, it looked really good. There was something about immediately when I saw this, I was like, okay, they're actually cooking something special. Because Puck from ReZero decided to get a little spicy, was holed up in a fucking tornado. We approach, and we're doing the best looking explosions. Like, it makes sense to me, because in general, Bookworm is basically a slice of life. Sure, like I said, more expressive animation. Like, there's definitely some good frames and stuff, but at the end of the day, yeah, you could absolutely, if you're watching more than just Bookworm this season, you know what truly expressive overall body reactions look like. But man, when they fucking deliver action, they deliver action. And I don't remember, like, granted, season 1 of Bookworm wasn't really a lot of opportunity for action, but it's like, yeah, no, this is the reason the studio change is so good. Nothing that I saw in seasons 1 through 3 of Bookworm give me the impression that the number of action scenes we've had in this season would have come anywhere close to the visual quality that we're currently getting. Now, the thing about it is there are some people who still undervalue Wit Studio's action. I mean, the last time we had a fight scene a few episodes back, people are like, oh, it could have been better. I don't know what those fucking people are smoking. All I can say is, for myself, this ain't the Bookworm that I know. I could be a negative little Nancy, wiggle my finger, and say, oh, they could have done so much better with this. It's just like, listen, if you got 4 seasons of Bookworm, you kind of know what to expect. If you really want to see what bad-looking anime, a disappointing sequel looks like, may I introduce you to Trapped in a Dating Sim Season 2. Talk about a fucking downgrade. Bookworm has remained pretty consistent, and this season got a slight upgrade, and I fuck with that. I will say, with all the fun Oonga Boonga, this is actually my favorite moment. So, Myne and her greedy little self. And I have to say that because if you watch after the credits, she quite literally is talking about how much money she can exploit from the people. It's a very interesting whiplash given how sweet she was in this episode. Ain't no child getting left behind. Some of the kids' parents will not be able to afford books, even at an affordable price that they deem affordable. And what does she do? She says, fuck that. If there's one thing in this world I refuse, it's children not being able to read books. And instead, she says, hey, I'm going to loan you a book. And initially when she said that, I thought to myself, I can see how this could blow up in her face. Why do I have to buy a book, but these peasants don't? And instead, she walked up and said, hey girl, I'm going to loan it, and every time you give me a good story, you get to keep it for a day. Oh, look at this. You've already told me 3 stories, so you get 3 days worth of rentals. Just make sure you don't break the book or anything like that. You give me a good story, I could turn that story into profit. And hell, like, even if she doesn't plan to use the stories, at face value, no noble's going to be like, oh my god, they're getting a better deal. If you think that, give me a really good story. Only Myne, and I mean, with how much the world is now respecting Myne, of course there's still skepticism and pushback. Like, no one's going to tell the queen, your opinion of what a good story is stupid, right? So brilliant. And I'm very proud of her in this scene, right? Because the more Myne integrates herself with noble society, the more opportunities she has to be Rose Myne and not Myne. Meaning, the innocent girl who her family never gave up on, even though any other person would. And hell, if she was nobility and, wasn't beneficial to nobility, eat it into a dumpster. She refuses to leave anyone behind because she knows what it's like not to be left behind. And I think that's such an important characteristic. And despite everything that has happened to her and the distance she's had from her family, I like it. And now it has me second guess myself. Is Myne going to remain even at the height of her nobility? Or will she be forced to become more of a Rose Myne? I still think she'll have to give up parts of her innocence. I think it's impossible not to give up some of your innocence, especially when dealing with noble society. But I'm more confident after this episode that there's a better chance of her succeeding in being her and true to her family's values and ideals than I was prior to this episode. And that brings me great joy. Either way, I thought this was a great return. I mean, it's very interesting how it represents both sides of Bookworm this season. You have the more explosiveness, which this season has definitely highlighted, but also the very simple, like, I'm going to go loan out books. Like, that's what it boils down to. But it's very engaging content. I quite enjoy it. And yeah, both the new openings and endings, pretty good. Song-wise, I don't know. Like, song-wise, I think I like the opening the best. And then visual-wise, I think I like the ending the best. I don't know. Well, it'll be interesting to see if any AI controversy arises from that. Either way, good episode, very enjoyable. I'd say it was worth the wait. You can let me know your thoughts and feelings down below. What did you think of this week's episode, and what are you looking forward to the most in Core 2? No spoilers, please and thank you. Leave a like, share, support, subscribe, ring that bell if you haven't already. Of course, the Patreon, you can catch my full live reactions, all some more. And hey, if you're already over there, I'll give you a video shout out too, because my patrons are what make these YouTube videos possible. So today we got Benjamin Margolis, Jessica Compton, Neko Chen, Fate, Dark Lord, Stephen Thomas, The Twister, great timing for this one, and Migs021. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care, and y'all have a good one.